Hey, what's up? Ian here, and today I'm going to talk about this close-back full-size headphone, and it is the SONCIE MEORY G50. Okay, the retail price for this is $55 and it's available on Central Audio's website. So if you want to find out more, do check out the unaffiliated link in the description below. So as you can see, I've taken it out, I've tried it, I've compared it, and I'm here to share with you guys my thoughts and opinions about this headphone so that you guys can make an informed decision just in case you so decide to buy. Okay, so let's first go through the accessories and then the packaging and specifications. First, the retail box. So this is the box that comes in. I just want to highlight this. It says that this is a reference monitor. Okay, and I can say that it's true, right? At the back there are some specifications, so I'm just going to read out to you. Impedance is 32 ohms, sensitivity is 98, and the frequency range is 10 to 35,000 hertz. Okay, and inside the box you'll get some paperwork. Obviously, I just want to say that this is a very cute anime girl postcard that you can post to your friend if you so choose to. The rest is not important. You'll get an adapter. So you get a 1/4 inch adapter, 3.5 headphone jack to 1/4 inch, just in case you want to connect to your hi-fi system. And then you get extra ear pads. Okay, so these are round. It's different from the one on the headphone itself. And this pouch. So you'll get a drawstring pouch. You can put your headphone in here and then carry it around. Put it in your bag so that it doesn't scratch with your other stuff. Okay, and the cable. So this is the cable. So this is a single-sided cable. It doesn't go on both cups, but just a single cup, and it's got a twist and lock mechanism. So once you insert the cable into your headphone, you twist and you lock the cable so it doesn't, get accidentally pulled out from the headphone. Right. The other end is also 3.5, as you can see, and it's a braided cable. Okay, so pretty standard cable if you ask me, but for $55 it's a pretty nice cable. Okay, now let's talk about the headphone. The headphone from top here, it's got some protein leather kind of feel, and then on the inside you got memory foam. The headband is actually quite flexible. It goes quite wide. I've got a pretty small head, but it still goes over my head. The extension of the headband is actually really good. There's notches on the inside here, so you can actually feel that the different steps. Okay, and then the angle of the yokes, they're actually adjustable. You can swivel, but you can't adjust it to left and right. Okay, so you can go up and down, but not left and right. And then for the ear cups, right? The cups itself, it's actually made of metal, plastic on the side, but metal on the inside. Okay, and it's pretty durable. I would say it's pretty well built. Okay, pretty well built kind of ear cups. And then for the ear pads, there are two types, which I showed you. This one, this is the Eclipse one, whereby it kind of push your ear pinna forward like so by being eclipsed. And there's pros and cons to it. To me, is that it's a bit uncomfortable, unnatural as well. But the pro is that I get a better sound, right? So that's the thing about this ear pad. But for this one, it's more natural. It covers my entire ear, but it doesn't push my ear forward, and it doesn't sound as good as this. So to me, there's pros and cons. So it depends on what you like. Okay. So that's for the headphone. Now let's talk about fit and comfort. Now there's no hotspot here. It doesn't have much clamping force as well. It can adjust very easily. I can adjust it, and it stays on my head. It's very light as well. It's not heavy to a point where sometimes it feels cheap, but it's not. Okay, it feels very well built. So overall, very nice fit and comfort for this headphone. Alright, so now let's talk about the drivability for this. As I mentioned, this is 32 ohms at 98 sensitivity. This is pretty okay to drive. I used it with my DAB, my Mac, and my iPhone as well, with all my dongles. This can be driven easily. Now the DABs and the DACs that I recommend are more neutral sounding decks. Okay, so if you have those, which is quite rare, usually Fio, I think it's the, I can't remember the model, but Fio has got a few dongles that are pretty neutral sounding and it's very suitable for this headphone. Okay, now let's talk about tone and timbre. So the tone and timbre for this is pretty neutral. So very rare do I get to try neutral sounding, more of a lean sounding type of headphone, and this is one of them. Very, very clean sound, very neutral sound, and overall note weight is very light, which I like. Okay, now in terms of the technical performance for this, okay, just a recap, this is $55. This one right here, which is FT1, is $200. So with that said, I would say that the resolution for this is reasonable for this price point, $55. I can hear that it's not really clean. It's not as clean in terms of the resolution, not as clean as this FT1. Okay, but it's still respectable at that price. Okay, now soundstage is natural, right? Very natural, pretty wide as well, and pretty laid out. Okay, the overall layout of the instruments and the percussions and vocals are very natural. All right, sound separation is very clean. Okay, sound separation is very clean, though it's not as clean as the FT1, but it's still very clean. Okay, so overall soundstage is very, very nice. Okay, now in terms of detail retrieval, this is a detail monster. So if you care about your details, this headphone will bring it out to you because of the overall tuning of this headphone. Okay, now let's talk about sound. Right, the bass. In fact, I don't need to talk about sub bass, mid bass. The bass of this is literally non-existent. Okay, you can hear the bass, but you can't really feel the bass. And this is a very linear bass. I like this style of bass because I can hear the rest of my instruments, my vocals, everything else, not just the bass. So it's a very, very lean bass. I like it, right? And it's best for people like me who edit a lot of videos, edit a lot of sound. If you're a performer, if you are a singer, if you're a guitarist, not so much a drummist, then this headphone is really good for editing. Okay, it's very good for editing. So bass wise is very lean, right? Very thin and very clean as well. Very clinical in terms of the bass. It's there, you still can hear the bass, but it's just that it's not forward. Now for the mids are very forward, goes without saying, very clean sound, very sterile sound. Instruments, they sound as what they are, very neutral sounding, very crisp as well. Vocals, like male vocals, they sound thin, very light, and correct. I would say the correct word is correct. They don't sound overly warm. Okay, for female vocals, they sound nice and bright and sparkly. All right, so overall a very, very good presence in terms of the mids. Okay, treble is bright. Okay, treble is very bright. I would say treble is it brings out the energy, it brings out the sparkle. It's not harsh, it's not sibilant, it's not fatiguing at all. So I would say it's a very linear tuning for this headphone, and I like it very much. To me, there's no coloration added to any of the frequencies in this headphone. So when I use it, I'm listening to my track as it is. Okay, and which I like it very much. Okay, so I would say this headphone, firstly, price to performance is really good. The overall use of this headphone is more for content creators like me, and it's more for any beginner who wants to go into neutral sounding type of field. A lot of us, we are very used to warm and fun sounding tuning, right? Sound signature, or more of a V-shaped sound signature. This one is something different. So if you want to get your feet wet and really immerse yourself in the details of your tracks, then this is a very cheap and first stepping stone for those who are, interested to move to the next level, right? So yeah, this is good for that, and it's really good with classical music, jazz, instruments, and all that, vocals as well. Okay, but if you are a bass listener, a bass head, this will definitely not satisfy your need for bass, definitely. So for bass heads, you can skip this headphone. Okay, and do I recommend it? For me, yes, I recommend it for content creators, for beginners, and for those who really like a neutral bass. Okay, let's compare it with my FT1. So FT1, in terms of technical performance, it outbeats this G50. That goes without saying. It's not a fair comparison, but it so happens that I only have this closed back headphone for now. Okay, and then for the overall tone and timbre, this is warm, fun, casual. This is neutral, lean, and sterile. In terms of the sound signature, this one is more referencing, this one is more fun, more balanced. Yeah, this is more balanced. Both of them, they have their different characteristics, and I would suggest to get both, if you want to have two different tuning in terms of headphones. But of course, FT1 outshines this G50 anytime, but it's not a fair comparison in the first place. And in terms of price, it's more expensive also. Okay, all right. So that's my conclusion of comparing with the FT1, and also concludes my overall review of this G50. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and also please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I hope you guys have a great day ahead, and I'll see you again in my next video. Cheers.